like to share a few slides about your question. As you see, this slide, we have this rectangular or this window, the 1040 window. And I would like to say here about these dots. There are red, there are green, and there are orange. I will focus on the red, and the red are the unreached groups. Some groups, they are just 500,000. Some other groups, more than 500 million.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Ba'asem. And I won't interrupt again. I just want to say one thing. Really, that picture is inaccurate. Where America is, it should all be red. Okay? Now go ahead.
No, okay, thank you. I'll explain why America is not red. The point, the slide here, in reality, you are right. But the slide here, we are saying unreached. So what's the difference between these people and American? There's a huge difference. American, they have everything. Each one of them, if he wants, he can get 50 different translations of the Bible. There's no Bible. There's no pastor. There's no church. There's no gospel. There's no radio. There's no even a Christian friend to ask or to help. That's the difference. But that's we are talking about. They are unreached people. Yeah. And any one of these 2/3 of the world, if in that group, if there are less than 2%, not equal to 2%, less than 2%, it's considered unreached and they need help. So 83% of this unreached group of the world, they are inside this rectangular. In other words, only 17% they are outside of this rectangular. And that's why the church needs to focus on those one. And for example, if we look just zooming on the India and China part, on that Southeast Asia, these are the top 5 countries with the most unreached group. And for example, India, it has 2,135 groups, unreached groups. Pakistan, 828 unreached groups. China, 443 unreached groups. Bangladesh, 289, and Nepal, 259. These are all unreached groups, and Jesus wants them to be reached. So, for example, a couple of them I took from India and from Pakistan. The left on India, this group, they called Shamar of India, and their number 53.4 million, all Hindus, all unreached. And in Pakistan, Jat of Pakistan group, they are for 34 millions, all Muslims, all unreached. Let me give a conclusion to your question. The world today, Pastor Joseph, we never ever had before in the last 2,000 years, the people that they do not know Christ. So we are living in this generation that we have the more people alive but do not know Christ on any other time of the history. Now, maybe you will say, wow, this is bad news. Well, let me tell you more bad news, but also there is good news. So your question, you said, are we doing good as a church of Christ or as Christian in these last days? Are we doing good to this explosion of the population of the world, or are we not catching up? Okay, because the world is increasing rapidly. Okay, so here is number one, the good news. I will tell you, yes, praise God, we are doing as the true church and true followers. So let's look to this graph. Okay, if you look to the first 5 columns, okay, this colorful, forget about the big one, the green one. Just look to here. Actually, this graph, no, and this graph, yes, we are doing good. Okay, I'm sorry that no, it should be removed from there. So what are these 5 blocks? Global, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, and nominal Christianity as a religion. Okay, all of them, they are growing every year, and the annual growth of these, like this column, 1.2% growing, this one 1.3% every year, this one 1.2% growing, Islam growing 1.9% because of the multiple wives and also the fertility issue. Christianity only 1.2, and they are also religion like this. But what is this one? Here is the good news. Why this is 2.6%? This group represent the true followers of Jesus. In other words, these are the born again, those who have been saved. Their names has been written in the book of life. God accepted them and cleansed them, and these are working. And maybe not all of us, but these are working, and this is good news because the number 2.6, we are growing faster than Islam or others. The bad news now is here. These are all unbelievers, non-Christians. And this is vertical is a non-Christian, horizontal is the year. So here is 1900, 1970, 2000, 2020, 2025, and the last one to 2050. Okay, now these are non-Christians, these are growing fast. So starting here from 1 billion to 7 billion. Okay, so in other words, by 2050, almost like 7 billion people will be non-Christians. So this small group of true followers of Jesus, now we are not making it in 2022. How are we going to make it in 2050? So in other words, as a business looking to it, no, we are not doing good, to not fulfilling the Great Commission because of the explosion of the number of people. Now, let me just quickly say what ABN is doing is 20 languages. These are the 20 languages, and including especially the 1040 window in Asia and Africa. These are the flags of those, but obviously there are more than 20 because Arabs are more flags they have. Okay, and here is our broadcast in India. We have 15 cables, India digital cables, and these are cables. And guess what? Only we are on 3 states: the central and the southern part. So Telangana is central in America, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, they are in the south. And these 15 cables, we are doing great there. And we have a lot of testimonies. In Africa, we have 11 digital cables, and these are the name of the cables, and these are the name of the countries of Africa. Let me just say one more thing and leave. We have a channel in India, which is ABN India TV as a YouTube. Actually, we have 2 channels for streaming, but we have one for YouTube. This one, we have 80,000 subscribers. Maybe you cannot see it clearly there. So these are we have obviously the playlist here on 8 languages of India, the top 8 languages, and this is much clearer now here, 80,000 subscribers. And if we talk about Iran, for example, every day we are getting this Afghanistan. Well, this one Afghanistan, this is Afghanistan, and this is Iran. This is of one day. What's happening, communicating with them by text by Pharisee, and then winning them, and then they start following. So especially Brother Kareem, I mean, we have 3 live talk shows in Pharisee, so Brother Kareem is one of them, and we praise God for Brother Kareem. Thank you, Pastor Joseph.